An early morning fire in Terrytown destroys a home and displaces its residents. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff rural firefighters have been busy since the first of the year, answering the sixth in a series of calls early Thursday morning, responding to a report of smoke at a residence on Woodley Park Road in Terrytown. Fire Captain Paul Reisig says they were paged out around 12:30 this morning.
And we sent 3 units and 8 firefighters and mutual aided Scottsbluff City. And they arrived first and made a good, prompt, quick attack on it and opened up some ceilings and stuff. It appeared electrical in nature. We had Ryan Sylvester come from Ogallala, and he got there about 4 in the morning to investigate and deemed it electrical.
Reisig said there were no injuries as the residents were able to evacuate ahead of the fire department's arrival. He said they were being assisted by firefighter ministries. Reisig estimates the damage to the structure around $25,000, and the cause of the blaze is believed to be electrical in nature. Well, today, Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts officially began his second term as the state's top elected official. The Republican defeated Democrat challenger Bob Christ in the November general election, and today, at the Nebraska State Capitol, he had his swearing-in ceremony and delivered his inaugural address.
There is no excellence without great labor. We're going to have to work hard and work together. We're going to have to roll up our sleeves, use a little bit of Nebraska grit. But I'm confident, working together, we can address the priorities of Nebraskans in the next weeks, months, and years.
On Tuesday, Ricketts will deliver his State of the State address to the legislature and follow that up with a state fly-around to deliver the address to various communities around the state. Well, straight ahead, Bill Boyer will be in with his comprehensive weather forecast. I'll be back with that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Pool together all your money with a friend and invest in 2 Arby's French Dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. It's the perfect get-rich-quick on sandwiches scenario. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Look at our forecast as we go through the evening. We're going to get cloudy here as we go through the overnight hours and into the early morning hours tomorrow. Temps are going to fall into the 30-degree range, and then we're going to watch for some rain and snow developing tomorrow. We're going to be much cooler tomorrow than where we were today. We were up at 60 or better in many locations today. Rain and snow likely, not going to see a lot of accumulation, but there could be some on the grassy surfaces tomorrow. 42 yesterday after a low of 14. We were almost 20 degrees warmer than that today, closer to those record highs, up around 70. Still nothing in the rain gauge. Hopefully we can get a little bit in here tonight, or tomorrow rather, because we could sure use some moisture. It has been very dry. It's also been very mild. Look at the last couple of weeks. These blue represent below normal temperatures. We had a couple of days here right before the first of the year where we were normal or below normal, and then we've taken off since then. Look at since the 3rd. So that's now 7 straight days, including today. We've been above normal in temperatures, And unfortunately, it looks like that is going to continue. Our 6 to 10 day outlook does show above normal temperatures. Right here in the heartland, you can see we're going to be above normal, at least forecast-wise, for the next 6 to 10 days. And temperatures also going to be above normal in rainfall or precip. It does look like in a large portion here of the middle part of the country as well. We're going to be in the slight chances of above normal. Look at the southwest, the Vegas, Los Angeles area with a higher risk of above normal precip. So let's hope we can get some moisture out there. Could see a little bit of rain, snow activity tomorrow during the day, during the morning, during the afternoon especially. Some rain mixing with snow at times, about 43 on your way home tomorrow on the bus. It's going to be much cooler than what it was today. Look at these temperatures. They're warmer than that right now this evening across our area. 30s in the eastern half of the state. We're the warmest side of the state again and have been for the last few weeks. Low 40s out here still at this late hour in the day. Winds are not bad out of the north at 5 to 10 miles an hour, driving those wind chills down into the upper 30s to near 40, but still very mild conditions as we go through the rest of the evening hour. So clouds are going to be on the increase tonight. Going to see winds off to our south. Most of the precip should stay at bay as we go through the overnight hours tonight. That will change tomorrow. Lows tonight are going to fall into the low to mid 20s for all of the Panhandle, all of eastern Wyoming as well. Maybe a couple readings just below 20 degrees, but that's about where we're heading to. Low 20s out there. Then for tomorrow, here comes that frontal system along with some of the rain and snow showers. By, say, mid-morning tomorrow, we'll start to see some of those rain and snow showers, and then they'll push off to the south. Still be with us through the late afternoon and maybe early evening hours tomorrow before they completely die out, and then they should move off to the east. We're going to stay cloudy tomorrow as well with high temperatures only going into the low 40s, so back to that 20-degree swing the opposite way tomorrow. 39 in Wheatland, only 33 in Cheyenne tomorrow. We're going to be very near that 40-degree mark. Notice Albin at 35, 38 at LaGrange. That's where we're probably going to see a little bit more in the accumulating snowfall as well. Generally, snowfall going to be less than an inch. You notice a slight little band right in this area where we're going to be in that maybe 1 inch, maybe an inch or two around Albin, maybe even over towards Dalton. Most everybody, though, in that higher table, going to be an inch, possibly. Everybody else less than an inch and even less than that in some areas that won't get even a dusting of snow tomorrow. 28 our temperature tonight, cloudy skies tomorrow. Maybe a very brief period of some winds along that front. Otherwise, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, 44 your high. Showers are going to mix with snow at times. Don't be surprised to see a little bit of accumulation out there. And then our 7-day forecast after tomorrow is dry again and mild as we stay in the 40s through the weekend. It looks like 50 by Monday and near 50 Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even into the low 50s again Thursday. No big storm system in sight, just a chance of getting some rain and snow showers in here tomorrow. And we could certainly use the moisture, so we can all hope that comes to fruition.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Welcome back. 2 Dawes County drug busts have resulted in 4 people being taken into custody on Monday. A search warrant was being issued on Nicholas King's home on Cedar Street, and authorities found meth, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Additional information then led to a search warrant at a residence on Mears Street, and officers located numerous items related to distribution of methamphetamine and marijuana. Derek Grinnell, Colin Ledoux, and Brittany Priestley were all arrested on meth and marijuana distribution charges, while King was arrested for possession of methamphetamine. Well, state revenue officials are conducting an investigation after the operator of Scottsbluff County Keno self-reported an issue with a live ball Keno game where winning payouts showing several of the same numbers increased over the New Year's Eve holiday. Lucky Keno reported the issue to the state as required last week, and investigators at the site this week examining the process and procedures surrounding the live game. Officials say when live balls are being pulled in Keno, it's not unusual for regular players to notice and begin playing the numbers coming up in what seems to be a regular fashion. Lucky Keno has paid out the winning tickets, and the investigation will help ensure the fairness of the game to the county, Lucky Keno, and its players. And Nebraska State Senator Ernie Chambers is renewing his push to abolish the death penalty after his last successful attempt was overturned by voters in 2016, introducing a repeal bill today during the second day of the new legislative session. Nebraska received national attention in 2015 when the Nebraska legislature overrode Governor Pete Ricketts' veto and ended capital punishment. Death penalty supporters responded with a ballot campaign that placed the issue before voters, who reinstated the punishment. Last year, death row inmate Carrie Dean Moore was executed by the form of lethal injection, and he was Nebraska's first death row inmate in more than 2 decades to be executed. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell catches up with longtime Bearcat football coach Joe Benson, Activities Director Dave Hawksworth, and Principal Mike Hawley to talk about the legacy that Benson leaves behind following his retirement.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
Now, sports from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. Western Hearing Clinic, the Panhandle's choice for better hearing, helping you hear what matters most.
Time to recognize a tremendous career on the sidelines with today's update from the TV Sports Desk at KNEB. The big news came down on Tuesday afternoon that after 30 years on the Scottsbluff High football sideline, including the last 12 seasons, as head coach Joe Benson was hanging it up retiring as the head football coach at Scottsbluff. I was able to have a great sit down with Coach yesterday morning where he talked about why now was the time.
And when you know your message is getting stale and you hear yourself talk and you think, boy, I just say the same thing over and over and over. I've been doing this for a long time, and it is taxing. There'll be a lot of times in the summer, 5 o'clock, you got to run down and see a kid. You got extra paperwork to do. You got a commitment here, commitment there. And after a while, it just gets, that part of it gets to be no fun. Now, obviously, being around the kids is a lot of fun, but some of the other stuff I can do without.
You see some of the accomplishments. 9 straight years in the postseason really stands out. Benson said he knew before the season this would be his final year, so to end it with a trip to Lincoln and the Class B state title game was quite the finish.
Oh, it was great. We hadn't been there since 2000, and I was just more happy for the kids than I was for us. They earned it. I mean, it was all about them at that point. Whether it would have ended there or at home or on the road, I guess it didn't make a big difference. I'm just glad for the kids.
One of the hallmarks of this Scottsbluff football program over the years has been the continuity on the coaching staff, and it's an elite coaching staff that is sort of two different angles to it. Coach Benson first will talk about the old guard. It's guys like Mark Moran, Derek Deaver, Todd Mangini, those veteran-type guys, and then he'll get to the younger blood, including his coordinators Judd Hall and Jake McLean.
Well, the thing about it is we all know we're all on the same page. I mean, we did all of our meeting stuff and did the X's and O's 15, 20 years ago together, and we did that year after year after year. We know what we like to do. We know what needs to get done. We meet a lot in the summer, and so when we go out to practice, there's really no wasted time. Those guys actually have taught me a lot the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. They've got fresh ideas. They're both, I like to call them sequential teachers. All 3 of those guys are. They just build one thing like a good math teacher, I guess, just build a building block to the next building block to the next building block, and they make it really easy for kids to learn.
The number one thing Benson will miss, of course, is the day-to-day interactions with the kids, the players, the ones he always gave the credit to. Activities Director Dave Hawksworth has seen it up close and personal for a long, long time.
Yeah, and you know, Joe kind of mentioned this yesterday. One of the things that he would miss is practice, and that's totally true. Joe was such a teacher of the game. He loved the game. He still loves the game, but he just he could teach the football game better than anybody. But besides that, the relationships created with players, his coaching staff, the camaraderie on the staff, and that's middle school through high school. You know, that was just something that Joe was passionate about, and people respected him because of his longevity and his knowledge for the game.
Now there's the coaching side of this, and then there's the leading of young men side of this. My partner on Friday nights in the booth the last few seasons has been Scottsbluff principal and former state champion high school coach himself, Mike Holly. Mike's son, Trayston, played for Coach Benson, and here's just an example of the type of impact that Coach had on some of these young kids he's helped develop over the years.
I can tell it to you pretty briefly. Trayston is going to college to be a physical education teacher and a football coach, and he'll coach some basketball too probably. So that should say a lot right there, that he wants to be like Joe. You know, he wants to instill those same things that he learned from people like Joe. And, you know, that to me says a lot. Just if you're a kid and you want to be like somebody, you think back as your own person about impactful coaches or teachers that you had, and they stick with you when you're an old man like me. And I think Joe's had that effect on a lot of people. So we'll miss him.
Now, I couldn't let Coach go without asking him a couple of things first. Obviously, what's the best team he's ever been around at Scottsbluff?
This team was obviously a great team. Our 99 team was a great team. Our 2000 team was a great team. I'd say between those 3, it was really close. I'd say our 99 team had a bunch of really mean, good kids, but they were mean kids. This team was more talented.
And then what's in store next now that he's hanging up the whistle? Or is he?
Well, first of all, here I'll probably help out with the middle school or the 9th grade as an assistant. I still enjoy football and want to keep my mind fresh there. I'll be doing a lot more hunting, a lot more fishing, a lot more going to Wyoming games and Nebraska games, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been trapped here for 30 years, so I'm ready to get out and fly a little bit.
I joked with Coach that I could ask other head coaches 3 questions and get about 5 minutes worth of answers, but I'd need to have about 20 questions ready just to get 2 minutes worth of content from Coach Benson. Clearly fully at ease yesterday, and as always, very appreciative of the time to catch up with former head football coach at Scottsbluff, Joe Benson, now stepping aside as the man in charge of the program after 30 years on the sideline. That's the latest today from the Western Hearing Clinic Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan's coming back with a look at that community calendar right after this on KNEB.TV.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live is still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. treatment you need, and care you deserve.
It is never too early to start planning for retirement, and working with an experienced financial advisor can put you on the right path.
At Platte Valley Investment Center, our team of financial advisors will work with you every step of the way to maximize your retirement income.
Call me, Jody Rosiska, or Rick Morehouse, financial advisors, to set up your free, no-obligation consultation.
Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned.
And finally tonight, a new business in Scottsbluff is officially open for business following a busy soft opening yesterday. AJ's Soda Shop at 1625 First Avenue offers a wide variety of tasty options, including coffee and teas, flavored sodas, bubble teas, ice cream, cookies, and even breakfast sandwiches. 2 years ago, Jacqueline Miller opened the first AJ's Soda Shop in Torrington and says she is excited to be able to serve the Scottsbluff community.
We are very excited. We've actually waited a couple months for this day, so we are pretty pumped. A little nervous, I would say, right? Yes. But we're very excited.
Scottsbluff store manager Marissa Sanchez says those who have not tried AJ's before in Torrington, there's a whole lot more to them than just a soda shop.
I would definitely come and try our AJ favorites. Those are fountain sodas with added in flavors. We have them on the menu board with the top, mainly they're our top selling drinks. But I would definitely try one of those and try our Dole Whip. It's really good. It's a soft serve Dole Whip. We have pineapple in right now, so I suggest trying that.
A grand opening celebration and ribbon cutting ceremony has been scheduled for next Friday, the 18th. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.